BFC. Today we got a question from one of our online guests, Paco Rolock, and his question is, trying to get my pull-up count up, what's the best way? I've literally tried everything. Okay, so Paco, we're going to answer your question right now. Now let me start off by saying this, that everybody has their opinions on how you achieve goals, and you know, they may not agree with my methods, but I can definitely tell you this. My methods did not come from reading something. It did not come from Googling anything. It did not come from what somebody else said. It came from me actually doing it and putting it into practice. So just know that when I'm answering your questions, this is from experience, and experience is the best teacher. Experiences that I have for myself and with my clients. And so this method to increase, don't worry about that noise in the background, Paco, pay attention, bro. Now listen, this method that we are going to show you is what I've done, and I've also used the same method for clients that, I had a client that was, she was like 40 years old, 39, hadn't quite turned 40 yet, had never done pull-ups before, and now she can do pull-ups. All right, so let me show you. So come on over to the pull-up bar with me. Now, first and foremost, anybody who is a member of Train the Brain Fit Club knows that one of our most important things that we always talk about is technique. Technique, 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 technique. If you are not increasing your repetition count, if you are not getting stronger, if you are not seeing some type of result, majority of the time it is because of your technique. So we want to make sure, and we always coach proper technique. The better the technique, the better the results. So the first thing you'll need to do is make sure that you have great technique. Now, part of that technique and perfecting that technique is understanding what you're actually doing. Train the brain and the body will follow, right? So focus on actually using the proper muscles and using them in the proper way. And what I mean is your back, your lats. When you're doing a pull-up or this pulling exercise, you're actually using the lats as a primary mover. It is not an arm exercise, all right? Now, you do have secondary muscle groups that are helping as well, like the triceps and the biceps, depending on the grip, okay? When you focus on making sure that you make a mind and muscle connection to those primary movers, you actually get more out of it. There's also two ranges of motion, eccentric and concentric. Most people think that one is more important than the other, and it's not. You have to, in order to get a quality rep, a full rep, a rep that really counts, you have to get both ranges of motion, both concentric and eccentric. Okay, so the pull-up, the most important part of the pull-up is not on the way up, it's actually on the way down to make sure that you get that complete rep. And first and foremost, don't pull with your arms, pull with your lats, okay? So that's the first part of you increasing your repetition count. Is actually getting quality reps and focusing on both ranges of motion. So I'll show you what I mean. When I go up here, I want to make sure that I actually pull my lats together and I'm visualizing my elbows connecting behind my back and then working in reverse to maximize that rep, not just dropping or coming halfway down like a lot of people do. They go here. That's that bullshit. Get a full range of motion. Chest to the bar, toes to the floor, getting that concentric load and that eccentric load, working in both ranges of motion, okay? Now, besides technique, and again, technique is always, always huge. The other thing when it comes to body weight exercises like a pull-up, a push-up, even dips, if you want to increase those movements, do them every day. Now, this is the part here where I say a lot of people may not know this or they may not agree, but again, experience. When you want to increase a push-up or a pull-up, you have to train for them every day with proper technique, commanding the body to get better at that movement. Bruce Lee has a saying, and I'm going to mess it up, but you'll get the gist of it. He has a saying, I don't fear the man who does one different kick 10,000 different times, something like that. I fear the man who does one kick 10,000 times. I messed that up, but you get the point. Go Google it. Okay? What he's saying is the person who is obsessed with perfecting one thing and commits to perfecting that one thing, that is the person who's going to become a master of that one thing. So until you become a master of the pull-up, do it every day. And I guarantee you, as long as you have proper technique and you are consistent with doing it daily, you will increase your repetition. If you're doing one with perfect technique, keep doing that one every day. One will turn to two. When you're doing two with perfect technique, keep doing it every day. Two will turn to four. Four will turn to eight. Eight will turn to 16. It all depends on your technique and your consistency with that technique. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions. Thank you for the question. If you have any other questions, hit us up. We're answering questions all the time. Check us out on IGTV and, of course, on YouTube. You can check and visit our website, trainthebrainfitclub.com. Remember, mindset is the most important set. Train the brain and body will follow. Let's get it.